Ikue Asazaki, Obokuri-Eeumi, Samurai Champloo. Song origins to this Japanese folk masterpiece.
荒屋敷くので荒さくばくので
I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with this beautiful Japanese folk song by the name of Obokuri-Eeumi. Samurai Champloo, anybody? While I was scrolling through the comments and listening to it for the 1000th time, I came across a comment by someone from Amami, where the singer is from. The story they told gave such historical context and meaning to the lyrics that I felt more people should be aware. As an artist and avid music listener, the meaning and origins of a song are paramount. I treasure and value the lessons learned, the stories told, and the worlds that songwriters, singers, and MCs let us enter with their music. Ultimately, this is something I hope to one day do for someone else. However, today, I'm just shedding some light on another spectacular moment in music history. Who is Ikue Asazaki? Ikue Asazaki was born on November 11th, 1935 on Kaguroma Island, which is part of the Amami Islands located quite far south of Okinawa. Her father, Tatsujo Asazaki, also a folk singer, taught her Okinawan folk singing techniques. Strongly influenced by her father in her youth, she performed on stages as a teenager and was already hailed as a genius. Since 1990, she had performed all over the world, from Carnegie Hall to Cuba, New York, and Los Angeles. In addition, she participated each year in the Hibiya Festival in Tokyo, and the Festival of the Ryukyu Islands, or Nansei Islands, located in the southwest of Japan. In 1997, Ikue Asazaki released her first album, Amami, in which she sang accompanied by a piano. The album was very well received when it was released and allowed it to gain popularity. Since then, she has released many albums, the most famous of which is Utubatoyan, especially for the song of Obokuri-Eeumi, which was used in the anime Samurai Champloo. I know I say this a lot, but a lot of times I find it very difficult to find the proper pronunciation for these Japanese words, so anybody out there that can actually speak it, please do help me out. The OP introduced themselves as someone from Amami, where the singer is also from, and gives some much appreciated insight for those of us curious about the island, the song, and the language. They write, "The language she speaks is the Amami language, and the singing style is called Shimota, which literally means island song or island music and traditional style in their island. You can search Hajime Shitos or Atari Kosuke and hear this style. This singing style is inherited throughout the generations. However, the language is completely dying as a result of discrimination that occurred until the middle of the Showa period." OP goes on to write about how their island was subjugated by Okinawa and then Satsuma, which is called Kogashima today. This is why the song, actually, this is two songs, is all about poverty. Obokuri is about building a golden house we can never have, and Umi is about how they don't have any nice clothes to wear for August, which is a harvest celebration season. During this time, they wish for the moon to hide in the clouds, so how poorly they dress won't be seen beneath the moonlight when their lover visits during the night. While under the domain of the Satsuma clan from the early 1600s until the Meiji period, which is over 250 years, their islanders were not allowed to make or plant anything other than brown sugar canes. This exploitation worsened during a later period known as brown sugar hell today. Since sugar was a premium product in Japan back then, the Satsuma clan could sell it to other clans and make good money to pay off their debit and buy Western weapons from Europe. Some of you who are already familiar with Japanese history might get a hint as to why Satsuma suddenly became so powerful. Armed with modern Western weaponry around the end of the Edo period, they were able to defeat the Tokugawa shogunate with the Choshu clan and successfully modernize Japan. During that period, most of the islanders literally had nothing to eat other than cycad, which is a highly poisonous plant. Their islanders were not allowed to have family names for the time, and later on, when they were finally allowed one, it had to be a single kanji last name, so Satsuma could classify Amamians as not Japanese. The commenter writes, "Some of us, including my family, altered our names by adding another kanji or two to the original single kanji, as a means of preventing discrimination in Taisho Showa period. Most Japanese family names are made with multiple kanji, but there are still a lot of people who have a single kanji family name today on my island. While under the control of America after World War II, Okinawa was the only large city we could go to without a passport within Japan to get a better job, etc. Since Okinawa was also under the control of America, so a lot of us moved to Okinawa and were discriminated against by Okinawans. You can imagine how a large community of people from a poor place would be treated in a better one. Due to discrimination and poverty, when my parents were still kids, there was a movement on my island. The language was publicly banned at schools in Naze, the only city on the island and where most people live. They were told to speak standard Japanese so they wouldn't be discriminated against when they became adults and left the island in the future. Since the majority of young islanders started speaking standard Japanese, the original language has faded away by today. Around the generation of my parents, 60 to 70 years old, probably kind of understand the language, but not completely or to a communicable level. The younger the generation, the more likely they speak only standard Japanese. I'm around 40 years old, but I don't understand most of what this singer says. It's because of the reason I mentioned above. And this singer is from Setouchi, which is located in the south, and I'm from Central North. The language dialect is slightly different, but I do understand some words, and some of the wordings or phrasings in this song are still used by old people in villages today. Now, I'm no Japanese historian, and all this information is purely what I've read online and found very moving about a people and a place I previously knew nothing about. I urge you to take a moment to listen to the song, read the lyrics, and enjoy. If you now know a little bit more than you did yesterday, then I did my job. Later, ninjas. Stay strong.